Hello interweb, this is Dannage. Welcome back to our as yet unnamed city. We have only just issued episode 1, in which we suggested asking for some names for some city stuff. Otherwise, when we get to episode 3 or 4, if we haven't had any names yet, then I will pick something from the town. What did we do last time? We built some residential areas, and we built them largely with sort of the just dirt tracks, no gardens, no decoration, just jinky jankies, no curves, no nothing, because what we're doing here is we're not playing with money, or we're not playing with infinite money, rather. So we do have to watch the budget. So we did need to get to a positive bank balance, and that's what we're going to continue today. We are going to sort out some more income and some more people so that we're a bit more safe to then do some tweaking. And what we're going to do with, we might get around to it today, we might start to do, I guess what you might call a Mexican death wave of upgrading. So that would be, we'd start at one end, we'd bulldoze some stuff, when we'd start some slightly prettier road networks, and then we'd put sort of houses down. We might plop some houses down to then generate some prettier and more sensible looking stuff. Maybe spread these out a little bit so they look a bit more residential proper, because, you know, is it realistic to have a house right on the back of another house? It is in some places, and, you know, this is right next to 2 industry areas, so it's not going to be super high class, but size of those houses feel like they're houses that wouldn't have gardens to you? I don't know. I don't think so. So some of those things we are going to resolve. But before that, what we need to do is we need to get some more housing over here. We need to get some housing over here. We are going to do some industry. I am thinking a small, when we can get some forestry industry, we might do a tiny little bit over here. Just because we've got some trees there, we might thicken some of those trees up and then put some forestry industry in, just so that we can start to get some production buildings, but production buildings that don't make as much dirt as we have over here. In terms of objectives today, we're going to look for milestones. So if we pop back here, we have achieved Little Hamlet, and we have gotten a worthy village. Interestingly, something I did not know about this, I say interesting, it was interesting to me, but I didn't realise until I watched Sports Monkey's episode. Now, Sports Monkey is another YouTube creator and Cities Skylines player, and he posted on Wednesday as well. We didn't plan it, we didn't do any contact with each other, but we both happened to pick that Wednesday as the time for starting a new city. I'm just going to pause it so that we, you know, otherwise we're going to make some achievements before we've even done anything. The thresholds for these do differ. So I've got 950 and 480 for the Little Hamlet, and Sports Monkey had 550 and 1100, and I checked Biffa's latest build and he had 550 and 1100 as well, and I was like, what is going on? How have I got my game on some sort of weird mode? And then Will CS, another Cities Skylines YouTuber, there's loads of us out there. And why are they all better than me? He pointed out that it's to do with the amount of water in the start tile, which makes a massive amount of sense, because if you only had a tiny little island, if you couldn't get 1,000 population on there, you'd never get the second square, so you'd never be able to unlock it. So it makes eminent sense. And I've got some river over here, and then I've got some river over here, and some river over here, and a little lake over here. Yeah, it's not really that I'm playing on easy mode, it's just that I've got less land. Props to that. Let's get started. What's the plan here? So this major road, we're going to put some housing in here, but this major road for industry as well. So I don't want to put too much along here. Let's say now I'm going to curve around this place. This feels like it could be a spot for a nice little park. Let's come out there, go with a sensible curve, and then we'll join up with that later, back to that road. But we won't yet, because this road needs to be wider. And I'm not widening this yet to a 4-lane road, because that's going to destroy all the stuff. Right, now I could extend out from here, but I'm not gonna. And I'm going to blame Yumble for that. I'm going to blame Yumble for that, because Yumble keeps putting YouTube videos out recently, and he's got a 4-way intersection in there, going through various mechanisms for getting rid of or dealing with traffic from those 4-way intersections. I'm quite scared of 4-way intersections now. I don't know if I'm doing the right amount of numbers here. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, we're going to do 3-way intersections, and we're going to stagger them, because I don't want to get too much traffic on here. Now, there is going to be a fair amount of traffic on here already, because this is going to be the main road that links up the oil industry, which, according to some industries videos I've watched, oil industry is actually the one industry I've never done yet. That's the big money maker. So I read. So I don't want to get this too crazy. What we are going to do, we're going to go to Traffic Manager. We're going to upset Imperial Jedi here by removing all the traffic lights, and we're going to make the main road a priority road. There's probably a way to do this for the whole street. I haven't so far seen any comments about removing the intersection markings, the lane crossings, or the pedestrian crossings on this. I'm tempted, very tempted, to upgrade that to highway when we get highway available, just to get rid of those markings. Ah ha 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 ha! Click, clickety click. So I want this arterial here. I want this arterial here as well. Now that's going to go over to the left, because that's going to cross this river and then give us a link over here. So this is where we decided. That's where we decided the old town would be. I think that's that hill there. That looks like it's going to be a good place to put a castle. Oh, we don't want to have many junctions off the back of what we've got here already. So I'm thinking arterial over here, arterial coming out here to link to the thing, and then an arterial coming out here, go over to there where we were talking about that. But I'm thinking also then a sort of U-shaped ring road to allow heavy goods traffic to basically go around the outside and avoid any of these sort of residential areas. Again, we're going to now flip to some dirt roads. We're going to freeform it a little bit. We're not going to get too crazy at this stage, but we are going to make, because I don't want to go grid, but I also don't want to go completely bat crazy. 2 main avenues to act as potential collectors off the arterial, then some other stuff to go around, and then fill this in. So let me fill that in and be back with you in a minute. Around here where we've got some sort of centralized area a little bit, this is where we should put our services, so we should put some more services in here. That's going to link over, so let's join some of these. That's not too bad. Now we've got a large area there. That's probably going to be suitable for something like a high school, or maybe we'll put the high school in there. Roads that go somewhere. This doesn't really go anywhere. None of these really go anywhere because they're in the town. But then from here, we are going to be looking at bending that round so that does. Hello? Let's start off at the correct angle. I think I'm going to pull that back a little bit. Let's D-zone this to remove some of these trees. Don't worry, naturists, we will put trees back in. We will be filling up some trees later. We're just trying to remove the ones that we're going to accidentally build over, but will still count towards the prop count. So we'll leave this area for now. zone some of these areas off. Now I'm going to put a couple of car parks around there. So around here is where we would. I'm not sure. Yeah, all right. We'll put in a significant amount of commercial there, but the rest of this all going to be residential. So it's watered, it's powered. Then again we have a nice bit of straight road there, following the main road. Okay, so we've got, obviously we've found the one person that's complaining about water because they built, you know, I could have chosen 3 spots there. I chose the one that looked the driest. And now I'm going to complain I'm thirsty. Complain no more. There you go. Our demand is quite low, so we're going to kick up the speed a little bit to let that flow through. We're also going to... Oh no, we can't set up an industry area yet, can we? We can put a little bit more industry in over here. Now, we are remembering that there's supposed to be some roads here. That's obviously on a hill. Fine. But... Oh, no, I was going to say I have to flatten it, but I don't have landscaping either. Ho, ho, ho! Ooh, okay. Fine, you want to play it like that? You play it like that. Got to watch the money situation as well. Got to keep an eye on that cash. Oop. Ah. When I click that, I need to do something to make sure I want a bing sound, you know? I want it when I click something, I want it to go, you know what, Dan? Yes. Yes, I have definitely clicked this thing. Definitely. It went ping. So you know it got clicked. We are not far off. I think, what was it, 1300 and 2600 the next one? So 1300, we're nearly there. Just giving ourselves some industry. We've got some more commercial demand coming up, but we've got some commercial places here. Plenty of people wanting to come in. We're making nearly 3,000. That's not quite kept up with our spending. Just going to look now to see if we've got... we haven't unlocked the high school. So, no, we don't have a high school. How is our... We've got a primary school around here somewhere. Let's see how that's doing. 102 students, so it's not bursting at the seams yet. Obviously, when I said 1300, I meant 1600, I believe. Let's just check. That's 950. Oh, no, 1500. 1500. Well, you know, I didn't need to be right. Who needs to be right? We're almost there. Oh, I just swapped that to single time because my weekly change went to 0 and it went red. And I was like, oh no, can't start losing people. But it seems to have gone back up now. There we go. Tiny town. Congratulations. Boop, boop. We've got park areas now, industry areas, landscaping, event policies, park policies. I still, you know, what policies should I be putting in? I don't really use policies. I don't really use a lot of the mechanics in this game. A lot of the sort of more you have to think and learn and things. So people, please feel free to make suggestions as to what we have. But we're going to have some parks. We've now got some industry areas, which is what we really wanted, because we wanted to be able to get some forest industry in here, because forest industry is clean, and we want to start with some clean industry so that we can reduce some of that ground pollution, especially by the station. Fishing's going to be interesting. We are on a riverfront, so we'll see what we can do there. And then roads, industry road, and some canals and quays, not quays, parks, and my little car park here. Good. Okay. Ooh, and a fish market. Smelly. Well done us. Back to single time. Right, now, parks. Put some stuff in that's going to support some parks first. You will notice I'm using this small car park, a 2x4 car park. I know everybody else is using car park roads, and I did use them for a while, and then they seemed to go out of fashion, but now everybody seems to be using them again. But however, on the front for this commercial area, just a couple of little car parks just to support local business. Now the next thing to do here is to create an industry area, and I want to sort of cut this corner here with an industry district. So I'm going to paint. Going to grab this where we've got some trees. Just going to take this corner here. Now I don't want masses here. I don't need masses to be here. Let's just put a road down there to guide where the district will go to. Oh, that's pretty bang on. Let's pop up our road here, upgrade it, and then make this area forest industry. You know, I was expecting that to have traffic lights. Maybe it's because it's one way. Got traffic lights there. I get you. And then at the end, let's just put little turnaround, if we can. Perhaps not. Okay, so our water availability and sewage treatment, they are sewage production 21, 97,000. Now I think might start. Oh, it's a good thing I came over here. Sorry. Now I think that we're producing 21,000. That's, yeah, 20,000. Now I remember when I saw the dam up there, and when I started ripping up the dam, there were actually some water pipes and water pumps underneath. Now, is there a fire engine coming to take that? There's a fire. There's a fire. It's a long way away. Oh, here we go. This is the slowest emergency in the world. Maybe I might need to. Oh no. What does that mean? Does that mean that the fire's just put itself out naturally, or is the whole thing just exploded? Where even was it? What we were looking at before the fire, this isn't actually doing as much sewage as we are going to need. So I'm going to need some more. Now I'm going to put some of that sewage. Oh, this is getting quite busy over here, isn't it? I'm going to put that sewage. I think here, by the lake. Okay, now we're going to remove some trees. We'll remove the trees that were probably under that road, and then we're going to put some more back in. Okay, so there are a lot of generic trees on this map, and I've just added that to my brush. We will have a bit of minor decoration, and then let's use the plopper and see what we get in terms of forest buildings. Oh, that's just reminded me. I needed to do the water, didn't I? Oh, that's the whole reason you came over here and added this. You might be thinking, oh, he's going to put loads of detailing in around this. He's going to fence the area off. He's going to make it super efficient. It's time for a large detailed build. But, oh, look at that. Look, all their sewage is backing up. It's what I was worried about. Well, it's a good thing we've just attached a load more sewage. We've just put in another 158,000 of our own. Whatever water stuff is, it's all the way over there by the dam. So, but we will experience that later, because we will eventually unlock all 81 tiles. You are expecting me to, as I say, put a massive amount of lovely, beautiful detail in to show off all the wonder of this game. And you are on the wrong channel. You are looking for Few Candy. She is on another channel called Few Candy, and she does some pretty, has to be said, some pretty impressive amount of detailing. As opposed to me, I'm barely plopping. To be honest, there's no need for that road to be that long if I'm not going to do anything with it. So, Few Candy, it's not spelt few as in, oh, I'm relieved that you're not here for the detail. It's few as in not many of, and then Candy. And her series Aurelion, I think, Aurelion. And that's quite good. So it's only a few episodes in, but she's, I mean, you know, don't get me wrong, this is, I was starting off with, I would have said not $2.20 sort of level of detailing, but actually she seems to be kicking this up a gear with every video. So maybe watch out, $2. You know, I just had this thought of a series which would melt everyone's computer. But I wonder if people would enjoy it. 5 detailers, 1 city. I don't know if you saw the 5 builders, 1 city stuff that was going on a while back. Don't know when the second series of that's coming out, or third series of that's coming out. 5 detailers in 1 city. That would require a phenomenal amount of supercomputer to really push areas, and I can just imagine 5 little districts. You get the 5 builders 1 city challenge to basically build 5 sort of basic cities like this, and then you put a crazy detailer in all of those areas, and you say, go do your thing and try not to melt the internet. I would see that. Would you watch that? Talk to Zardas. Talk to all of them. Make it happen. Yeah, I didn't really want chimneys over here, but let's have just the one then. Let's have the one for the wood chipper. Now we're just going to pause that because we're going to want to make a straight road here. So we are going to, we've still got 71,000, so we've got a little bit of money to play with. We're just going to try and now that's given us a link between our industrial area and our water reclamation. Whoops. Gotta remember, we have taken, and we didn't pause it. We've just forced all the traffic to go through that other bridge, the dodgy bridge. Now the industry's going to be using this space. Gotta make sure I don't accidentally delete the garbage processing. Where is that's the recycling, isn't it? That's the recycling. That's the chick. It's gonna be, that's going to be, we're going to make right angles with that, and that's how we're going to do the station. Don't need to worry about that for now. For now, we just have to connect that, and off we go. And we've now connected that road again, after having just told everybody that they're going to have to go up this horrific thing. Should we fix this now? But let's check first, because we've got, look at that residential demand. Now we've got a little square. We got a little square area here. Let's just put some shops in there. Just some community shops. I mean, we do have some commercial over here, but this is going to be the local stuff for the local people. Putting a temporary link in here to this bit of road, and that's how I'm denoting that it's temporary, so that I don't forget. And then later, or if I do forget, then at least at least that will be quite impactful, and I'll be like, oh no, I've realised why I've caused a huge jam here, and it's because I've put some dirt road in here. There is a plan for what I'm going to do here, but that's not going to be needed until a little bit later. So it's just connected that up. At the moment we have got it may have looked in the time lapse like I was doing loads of detailing, but all I've done, put a little bit of fence around the forestry area. Tempted to pave some of that. We can do that later. For now, we gotta get some income. We're only making 2,000 a week. It's not tremendous, although if I sped that up, that would be better. Let's just make sure this is all connected. These are all turning. Why are those where are those lorries going? Are these lorries going all the way round? They are. I'm just wondering why, given that they were on that roundabout and turned left, why they didn't just turn right and come up here, which is probably the way that they'll come back. Yeah, there you go. Nice. See, you should have put that into Google Maps. You know, just update your Google Maps as you're going. Right, let's do the upgrade here as well. Again, a bit nervous. That's the wrong one-way road, isn't it? Oh, something that I've just noticed. It's got to go into here. You cannot turn left. You cannot turn left. And you definitely cannot turn left. Right, so I'm going to fix this road and make it look slightly less rubbish. Right, plenty of room for donuts. Look how much lower that bridge is. Well, that looks better. Two things I've never used before. I toggled road bending and node snapping. But an absence of both of those, or a usage of both of those now, has led to a much more... Oh, that's got... that could do with a bit of a bend in it, actually. Looks more sensible, and from a distance... doesn't look like what's that crazy Brit. You see, you can't even see it from a distance. It's discreet. It's part of the background. Now I'm kind of thinking there might need to be a roundabout here. I don't know. A roundabout, because I needed to get some neat access onto this front road, but I didn't want that to be the arterial. I also needed to get a bridge over there. Maybe from over here. Maybe the bridge comes from here, where we've got some space. We go over here. Now, you might say, well, that might be narrower, but this is easier to get a bridge, and then we'd probably have two small bridges across there. Maybe one big bridge across there. Now, one thing I'm going to try and do now that we've got park areas is... I don't know if this will work, but I should do. I'm going to make a park area over there, and also over there, and then if I cut that, yeah, it's still one park area. Good. Just that this is quite small. And in Cattle Shores, we did have a number of quite small parks, and lots of them, and none of them could level because they were all just too tiny. Whereas now we have got some room. Now, something that I can't believe I haven't mentioned yet is Airports DLC, because as of the time of filming this, it's not out yet, but this thing should be out by now. So, hey guys, tell me about Airports DLC. How's that working out? Is it any good? Is it magnificent? Are you enjoying the modular buildings? Let me know in the comments. Talk about it. Let me know. Let me know what it's like. I'd be interested in seeing it. Or, not seeing it, but I'd be interested in your opinions on it. There we go. Hey, look at that, Boomtown. Right, now we've got another area unlocked with your industry specialization. Maybe that tells us where we should be going. Does that mean that I've got oil? Ah, oil afterwards. At 5,000. So we can't do that yet. But what you may have seen, well done us, is that I've just been putting in a little bit of to try and not necessarily reduce overall traffic, but the amount of stuff that these guys are all importing. Well, now maybe I've got a very small forestry industry here, and the guys over here will be collecting some trees. Let's just make those look... well, that's probably the least visually offensive. Don't worry guys. There's a supply just over there. Haven't really looked at any of the topography here, but that could probably do with coming up. So we have reached our goal of 2,600 people. We've got some forestry industry here, or clean industry is the most important aspect of this. We've got some clean industry, we've got some dirty industry. We've got a bunch of houses, residential areas here now. The traffic isn't terrible at the moment because we've largely got, you know, residential, and then industry around the edges. So there's not too much cross-contamination at the moment. That's looking alright. Oh, we need to paint some districts here. We need some names for these districts. So I think that's where we are going to leave it for today. We have achieved our target of getting the 2,600. We've stayed with about the 70,000 bank balance. The income's 3.5 grand at the moment. I think the plan next time to go up another 2 to a big town, which is 7,500 people. So we're going to treble the amount of population we've got at the moment. We are on our way to Busy Town. Oh, did I see a dead person? I see a dead person waiting for transport, which means that we have now unlocked cemeteries. Let's just get one of those in nice and quick. Don't have the crematorium yet. So where was I? We need to look at specifically the land value as well. So we are going to try and make this place a bit more desirable so that we can increase that demand, because we don't have a tremendous amount of demand, yet we're going to have to try and triple our population. Over here, next time, we will get rid of this road and we will replace it with a nicer road and start to sort of put some houses in and give them some gardens then hopefully, and some parks and things like that, and then hopefully increase the value, make the place more attractive for visitors. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to talk about Airports DLC. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on it. It should just, I think it's coming out around about now, around about time of publishing. So let's talk about it. Let's find out what your opinions are on it, if you've got it, or if you're going to wait for it to come out in the sale, then just read what everybody else is talking about. No doubt they are going to find their way into popular YouTubers' builds almost immediately. But thanks for hanging out with one of the smaller ones. We love having you here, and we'll see you next week.